Hello everyone and welcome to another Versus Video Deck Tech. I am BBD and I am joined by a new face.
No.
Alright, the same face.
Same old, same old.
Yep, Christopher Van Metera has joined us again for...
French.
It's French, yeah. He has joined us again for another Versus video, and I'm going to be battling with everyone's favorite deck from standards present, past, just really of all time. The Mono Reds. So this is a deck that top-aided Grand Prix Paris last weekend, and it is definitely a unique take on the Mono Red archetype.
Yep,
So
a little different.
yeah, actually it's quite a bit different. So let's go ahead and dive in and see what we have here. So generally speaking, Mono Red lately has been like all in on Dragon Fodder, Hordling Outburst, Goblin Heel Cutter, and then
Tarkus Command.
Foundry Street Denizen and Tarkus Command. But this deck is actually just straight mono red and really doesn't play any of those cards.
Mm-hmm.
So instead we have a pretty classic one-drop setup of like Berserker, Swift Spear, and Zergo. And then we have Eidolon as our 2-drop instead of something like Dragon Fodder. But where it differs is we have Flamewake Phoenix and Thunderbreak Region as our top end. So really all these other decks are kind of clogging up the ground with things like Lions and Death Mists and Coursers and stuff like that. Seems to be like really defining standard right now. So this deck has taken to the air, as it were, to try to win the game with some flying creatures like Flamewake Phoenix and Thunderbreak Regent. And then to supplement that, we actually have a lot of burn spells as well, more than a typical mono red deck these days. In addition to like Slash and Strike and Stoke, we're also playing Searing Blood, and then Titan Strength can also serve as like a pseudo burn spell as well. And another neat thing about Titan Strength too is you can use Titan Strength to turn on Flamewake Phoenix.
Yep.
So you can, if you Titan Strength actually any of your creatures, they'll be big enough to handle the Ferocious for Flamewake to get it back. So that's actually a pretty sweet interaction as well.
Yeah, you also can pump your Berserker up big enough to get Flamewake Phoenix back, but that is a pretty sweet interaction. And I actually really like the having a little bit of a bigger top end. I think that complements our Eidolons very well because cards like Phoenix and Thunderbreak Regent are very good at doing damage to our opponents.
Yeah.
So they cost a little more mana than what you would normally expect, but we compensate that by running 21 lands. So we have a little more than the normal mono red deck, and this deck actually gets to take advantage of Eidolon. Now, when one of the most popular decks is mono red, Eidolon's good there, and then the other, one of the other most popular strategies is Den Protector, Death Mist Raptor, cheap interactive cards. Eidolon is very good there as well. So Eidolon, I think, is just in a really good position in the current standard metagame, and this was a pretty sweet deck to play this weekend, I think.
Yeah, Eidolon is good against just really a lot of decks. The one exception where Eidolon can sometimes be bad is it's a little loose against Dromoka's Command sometimes, where they can fight a Swift Spear and make you sacrifice your Eidolon. But beyond that interaction, yeah, I do think Eidolon's pretty well positioned. I am actually concerned that 21 lands might not be enough, but maybe 22 is right. But
and we get to scry off our Titan Strength.
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, other than that, it's just pretty much just mono red, same old, same old.
Yeah.
We got the sideboard down here. It is the classic 3-3-3-3-3 sideboard strategy, where it's just 3 copies of 5 different cards. I have a feeling that I'm sure you could change it a little bit. But
I mean, you could go like 4-4-3-2-2 if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Kind of mix it up. Maybe 4-4-4-3 if you want to get real crazy.
I mean, I could even see siding into things like Dragon Fodder or Hordling Outburst because they're very good against other mono red decks, and they're also really good against any decks that are looking to just play a lot of Ultimate Price, Heroes Downfall type cards as well. So
yeah,
I could see that being a sideboard plan. But basically, we just have a bunch of removal spells. Scouring Sands, Arc Lightning, Bathe, and Roast, and then 3 Outpost Sieges to come in against like the super slow decks, where we are going to want to draw basically probably more burn spells or things like Flamewake Phoenix as well to finish them off.
for sure.
But yep, it's mono red, and I'm excited about getting a chance to hopefully burn CVM's face off.
Yeah, I hope not.
He's already got a red beard, so he's just asking for it, and we'll hopefully go pretty well for us. But make sure you check out CVM's deck tech as well. He's playing a pretty spicy one, and then check out our battles.